border crisis continuing to plague communities across states neighboring Mexico, getting so bad that a county official in South Texas is leaving the Democratic Party to become a Republican.
Kleberg County, Texas Attorney Talip Sanchez says the GOP's law enforcement policies and support for the blue more closely align with her values than those of the Democratic Party. The county has traditionally voted for Democrats, but it recently narrowly went for former President Trump in 2020, and former President Bush also won the county in 2000 and 2004. Talip Sanchez is with us now. Kira, welcome, and thanks for coming on today. Again, this decision to leave the Democratic Party and join the GOP, what was ultimately the final straw for you?
Well, you know, I'm a prosecutor, so my job is not political. It's just to enforce the law. But I have a unique situation where I'm also in charge of the Specialized Crimes and Narcotics Task Force here in Kingsville. And their whole job is to proactively target criminals engaged in trafficking of weapons, persons, currency, and narcotics. And through that position that I have, I've seen what comes through our Highway 77, which is a thoroughway for these smugglers and cartels to bring fentanyl. We've caught MS-13 gang members, stolen vehicles used for human trafficking. At this point, we even have a border patrol. We work well with them, and they have a person assigned to our office to help with the human smuggling problem. And that's kind of what really made my final decision to switch.
Well, let's talk about that. Customs and Border Protection, just looking at facts here, recently released the number of migrant encounters at the southern border. This is for the month of July. According to CBP, migrant encounters reached 183,000. Over that. That is nearly 40,000 more than the month of June. What is it, in your opinion, because I know that you see both sides, Kira, what is it that perhaps Democrats are not seeing that you are seeing, that others are seeing in terms of facts?
I mean, I guess what people aren't seeing, like I said myself, I see my law enforcement officers out there. We actually see what they're bringing through. We see how much activity. We have a checkpoint that's in a southern county from us. We have a lot of foot traffic around our ranches in this area. And I just think they're not seeing how it's impacting South Texas specifically, but also up north, because drugs move up north through here.
I was just going to say, could you expand on that? What do you mean exactly by those impacted by this illegal drug trafficking here? Have you had some sort of real life experiences and probably very troubling stories to share?
I mean, the ranchers here have foot traffic, which is always, things happen on their ranches. A couple years ago, we did have a bailout where there were immigrants that were killed because they ran into some barriers that we had. There's just a lot of those things that people don't see, and immigrants are also in danger when this happens. And I feel like people need to understand that it is a serious situation.
Kira, can you talk to us about fentanyl and how dangerous fentanyl is and how that's coming across the borders, the deaths we've seen, the overdose deaths or poisoning, as some would call it?
Yes, I mean, it's one of the most poisonous things that is coming through to the United States. We were the first ones to actually get a fentanyl case, and we've had some others since, other agencies here in Kleberg County. And if you saw the amount of weapons that are going south to the cartels, it is a crisis.
Something that we continue to follow. It's such a sad thing. There's so many elements to that in terms of the border crisis. We appreciate the time that you took here for National Report. Kira Talip Sanchez joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.